We Real Reels.
What's up, guys, and welcome to We Real Reels, the monthly podcast where we review old movies to find out if they are as good as we remember, or if they suck toes. I'm your host, Panda Brandon, and with me is my half-brother, the Grizzly Zay,
hey,
and the beautiful Koala Sam.
Hello.
This podcast does contain spoilers, and we will be discussing the movie at length. This is a mature content podcast, so be prepared for harsh language and awkward situations. All sound clips, music, and trailers are only used for review purposes and belong to their respective owners. If you would like to suggest a movie for Movie 20 Questions that we play at the end of every episode, or just one for us to review, you can contact us at wereelreels@gmail.com. That's WEREELREELS. Or get into our DMs on Instagram. And this month's hypothetical question. If Smith from Shoot 'Em Up was at the Titty Twister instead of Seth Gecko, could he have wiped out the entire vampire nest using a hand truck, a bunch of carrots, and whatever weapons were lying around at the bar?
100%.
yeah, he messed some stuff up, bro.
He's got, I don't know if he's got luck or just whatever, but he only got hit once out of the whole entire movie while he killed so many people.
That one time devastated him.
That is true.
He like passed out from like a shoulder wound or something.
Yeah, that is true.
But also, we're talking about vampires here, so
That's true.
he might not be so lucky. You know, he's got to have some type of holy weapon or.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he wasn't really doing hand-to-hand combat.
Although he does stake people with carrots.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but he wasn't doing hand-to-hand combat. These vampires, they didn't have weapons. They had their teeth and fangs and things like that. So it would have been a lot closer contact. So maybe he would have gotten turned. I don't know.
Quite possibly. Make a movie of it.
No, thank you.
Well, let's move on to our first segment of what you been doing and what you gonna do.
Hey, watch it, pal. What have you been doing? What are you gonna do, huh?
All right, Grizz, let's start off with you.
All right, I had a real busy month. So first off, I got me a new phone.
Yay!
I upgraded my phone. Got the new S26. So I'm saying I like it pretty much.
Okay.
We got a good camera, good feature. I got it fast. It's great, man. I like it. 4th of July was a success. Real happy about how that turned out. Well, that's our first time me and you went to the same spot and got a bunch of fireworks, bro. We set the sky ablaze, bro. I like that. Brought in $250, US $250 with a bang. I like that. But also, like from the last podcast, back from my vacation.
Welcome back.
Yeah. It was pretty good. We went to Nassau, Dominican Republic, Bahamas, Turks and Caicos.
Ooh,
And
all
a
great
little
places.
private island thing that they had there. But we had a blast. It was cool. Just having to deal with old people. I don't know if I want to do that again. And then my sister brought a baby.
Oh, how old?
My niece's baby. I think he was about two or three.
Okay, so that's a toddler. That's not like a baby.
He's a baby.
You're dealing with old and young people.
But my niece didn't know what to do with him most of the time. So mama and my sister ended up watching him all the time.
Oh.
She wouldn't get out and, go to the pool or go to the putt-putt or whatever. She was just, he's staying in here. Why? It's all this stuff out here. It's crazy. Also, Miami, amazing. Yeah, we got to see all type of people out there, man. We met a lot of people from different countries, bro. It was a melting pot for real.
Pretty cool.
It's India, Argentina, Brazil, Mexico, Canada,
Dang.
Australia, everywhere, bro. I met somebody from Paris. It was nice, man. It was cool. Got some bad news too.
No.
Ooh.
My AC went out while we was on vacation. So I had to deal with that. That's just extra money we had to dish out, See, bad things always happen in threes, so I guess it's the first one.
Well, maybe that'll just equal up to 3, since that's what probably like $3,000.
It was $3,000, so yeah.
Equals out to 3.
But luckily, my boy here
boy.
got me up and running after I had a 11-hour nap. I woke up feeling refreshed, and then just got back from a long trip because I got to get back to work. I didn't get paid that whole time as everybody. Yeah, I just came back from Vermont and Maine, and I gotta say that's the most beautiful two places I've been in the U.S., man. I'm so glad we live in a place like this where we can see stuff like that. It almost makes you forget that it's negative 20 in the winter up there.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah, so.
I heard it's very clean and beautiful.
Yeah, that's nice. And also paid off Kay's car.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, so that's one less debt we got to worry about. But
That's awesome. That's awesome. What are you going to do?
oh, get ready for Grayson's birthday party.
yeah.
Pay off my truck after this. And then I want to go shooting a little bit more.
Okay.
I've been missing it a little bit lately.
Okay.
Koala? What about you, Koala? What are you doing? Or what have you been doing?
Last month, I gave birth to our cubette.
Hey.
It was a way shorter labor than our first, but it was a lot scarier. Her heart rate kept dropping the last hour or so, and when she was born, the umbilical cord was wrapped around her neck 2 or 3 times, so that was why her heart rate was dropping. Then my placenta had to be manually removed. It took about 30 minutes to get everything out. I think the doctor said that it broke apart like a piece, so she had to go in and make sure everything was fully removed. There was a couple of times where I was thinking either she was going to be born unalive or that I wasn't going to make it, just especially with the placenta being stuck. That could be postpartum hemorrhaging and things like that. Postpartum has been going okay. I had about a week of high blood pressure, so I had to watch that and just been trying to just relax and keep up with breastfeeding, pumping, and sleeping as much as I can. It's there is a couple other complications after, but so far everything I think has calmed down and chilled out, and everything's back to somewhat normal. And now I'm just dealing with sleep deprivation. So that's good. What I will do next month's more of the same. Just try to get on a schedule with her. Just relax, sleep, keep on healing. Try to do some more light walking. I feel like I'm doing I feel pretty good physically, so I'm just okay, let me go ahead and start on my to-do list. Let me do things outside, and it's just okay, no, calm down. You
Keep
still
it slow.
yep, you still healing, but so I gotta watch myself with that. I've already lost probably about half of the baby weight, so I don't want to overdo it and cause more problems, but I'm ready. I'm looking at myself and I'm ready to start working out and things like that. So I'm kind of battling with myself with that at the moment. Our cub's 6th birthday is in a couple weeks, so getting that planned, getting it all set up. My sister and her 2 kiddos are coming into town for his birthday, so she's gonna be staying, or they are gonna be staying with us. So it's really exciting to be able to get to see her. Just also get things ready for our cub to begin kindergarten at the beginning of August. So that's a little nerve-wracking with him. That's a big milestone for him. So try and get mentally, physically, emotionally prepared for that too. So yeah.
All right. Thank you for that, Koala. So, for what I've been doing this past month, one big personal highlight actually comes down to my daily routine at work. I've been getting the chance to talk to my wife on the phone a lot more during the day. And look, if you know us, you know this is a massive milestone, because back before we had our second child, if I called her from work, I was lucky if she'd stay on the line for 10 seconds before hitting me with the, okay, bye.
Get out of
and
here.
hanging up.
It was not like that.
I was basically talking to a dial tone.
No.
But lately it's been awesome. We're actually having real full-length conversations. We'll look back and laugh about the past, talk about our plans for the future, or just check in on how we're holding up in the present. Honestly, getting that extra time on the phone with her has been a game changer. It means I don't have to spend the whole work day missing her and the kids nearly as much, because we're actually staying connected. It's been really great, even if it took a second child for her to finally tolerate me for more than 10 seconds.
He's being dramatic.
Gray had a little Gray story. We were playing, I don't know if we was playing Lego Batman or something. We was playing some video game. I think it was that Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl or something. And I looked over and I said, hey, man, I love being your dad. And he had this look on his face. He squinted his eyes like I insulted him or something. And then he said, I love being your kid. And I also love playing video games. We had an awesome 4th of July party. It was amazing. We figured out the whole wick issue. It was we had a slow burning wick last year and we only lit it from one side. It was so slow. So this time we lit it from both sides and in the middle. Oh, and it was awesome. It was amazing. If I can get the video on Instagram, we'll post it on We Were Reels. It was a great time. I got a speeding ticket. It was terrible. Yep, I passed a cop, undercover cop. He was a douchebag. And I
Okay,
got a
he was
ticket.
not a douchebag. He was
was a
going
douchebag.
like 30 over some crazy amount or 20 or something.
He was a douchebag. He was already driving slow. Lanes merged. Nobody was letting me over. So I was like, screw it. I'll just get to the front of the line. So I went to the front of the line and he was at the front of the line being a bitch. So I went to court for that. He told me to go there and ask for leniency. And there was like no segment for me to ask for that. And so I just got charged $25 and then the court fees. So it was like $20 extra. I mean, less than what I would have paid if I just paid the ticket. But now it's on my record for at least 3 years. So I got a speeding ticket. That sucks. I'm still going to burn that road up, though.
Burn that road up.
Yep. And
Until we get our insurance, how much it goes up. And then it's going to be like, okay, calm down.
It ain't gonna go up that much. It's only one ticket.
Yeah.
And we're getting old, so it don't matter. But then next month, hopefully I can be more flexible. I've noticed I'm old and getting all stiff, so I'm going to start doing some more yoga, more stretches, and try that. And then work more on this medical coding thing and hopefully get my certifications. I plan on working from home, so I'll be able to start my little home gym, and it'll be pretty cool. But that's it for that.
Okay.
Let's move on to Grizzlies, Anime and Arms.
It's over 9,000.
Alrighty, guys. This one I'm gonna be talking about vampires, specifically Hellsing.
Ooh.
Yeah, so Hellsing is set in England, follows a secret government-backed organization dedicated to defending the British Empire from supernatural threats. The organization is led by Sir Integra Hellsing, who controls the ultimate weapon, Alucard, Dracula backwards, if you guys don't know that. An ancient, overwhelmingly powerful vampire who hunts his own kind, alongside his newly turned vampire apprentice, Cirrus Victora, not Victoria.
Okay, so
They
it's a
combat,
dude.
it's a dude, and he has these little knife things that like controls threads. It's pretty cool. They combat a massive uprising of artificial vampires, ghouls, and rogue Nazi extremist groups bent on plunging the world into perpetual war. The series is an absolute masterclass, stylized, over-the-top, ultra-violence, dark action. Alucard stands out as one of the anime's most iconic, unapologetic.
Unapologetic. You're being like me. You're not being able to.
Keep this in, dude. Y'all laugh at me, make fun of me for my damn mush mouth. What the fuck?
Yeah,
Did you drink before you got here?
No, not at all.
Today, Junior.
Backed by an incredible jazz-infused rock soundtrack and stunning gothic aesthetics, the character development is relatively shallow, and the plot often takes a backseat to pure, unadulterated carnage, which that's what I absolutely love. Amazing fight scenes, gunfights, high-octane gore. I feel like it's a must-watch whenever you guys get a chance to watch it. I would say watch the 2001. Rather than watch the 2001 version, they came out with something called the Hellsing Ultimate. It's a OVA, pretty much just like a remake, but they took out all trimmed all the fat off the original anime. It's way, the animation and pacing is way better in that one than the old one, because the old one is like, they just put it out to put it out, but then it got so popular that it's like, let's put this out again. And yeah, it's amazing. So check out Alucard and Hellsing.
I have to add that to the list. I like vampires.
Okay. Well, then we'll check that out then. Thank you for that, Grizz. Even though you
Gosh, Jesus Christ.
coughed that shit out. Let's hopefully it can go a little better with Panda Tales.
Sit back and prepare yourself for Panda Tales.
All right, guys, it's time for my favorite part of the podcast, Panda Tales, where we pull back the Hollywood curtain and look at real-life situation that perfectly mirrors the movie we're reviewing. Now, in the first half of From Dusk Till Dawn, we are watching Seth Gecko, who is a calculated professional thief, constantly sweating bullets because he is handcuffed to his psychotic, unpredictable brother, Richie. Seth has a plan to get them across the border to safety, but Richie's erratic urges keep blowing up the operation. Yet, out of pure brotherly loyalty, Seth refuses to leave him behind. He stays tied to a ticking time bomb. And if you think that kind of toxic brotherly dynamic is just a Hollywood script, let me take you back to October of 1892, to a group of outlaws called the Dalton Gang. The Daltons were led by two brothers, Grat and Bob Dalton. Grat was the older brother, a former U.S. deputy marshal. He was cool, analytical, and understood exactly how the law operated. But his younger brother, Bob was an arrogant, ego-driven loose cannon. Bob was obsessed with fame. He wanted to outdo Jesse James, so he cooked up an insanely reckless plan. They were going to rob 2 banks at the exact same time, in broad daylight. Grat knew this was a massive risk, but just like Seth Gecko, brotherly blood ran deep. He wasn't going to let his brother go in alone. So, Grat agreed to lead the second heist. But Bob's erratic ego completely blinded him. He insisted on robbing the banks in Coffeeville, Kansas, which happened to be their hometown.
Oh, that's stupid.
They literally walked across the town square wearing fake beards. On top of that, they parked their getaway horses in a dead-end alley because of street constructions. And just like the Geckos walking into the Titty Twister, the Daltons had no clue they were walking straight into a slaughterhouse. The second they stepped inside the banks, a local merchant recognized them and ran outside and shouted that the Daltons are robbing the bank. While the brothers were filling their sacks with cash, the townspeople sprinted to the local hardware stores, grabbed shotguns and rifles, and completely surrounded the square. When the Daltons tried to step outside, a literal wall of lead hit them.
Dang.
It was total chaos. They ran for their horses in that dead-end alley, but they were completely cornered. Grat Dalton was shot through the throat and killed right there in the dirt. The entire gang was completely wiped out in a matter of minutes. That is the tragic reality of the outlaw-brother dynamic. Seth Gecko managed to survive his brother's chaos long enough to make it to sunrise, but history shows us that when the smart operator lets family loyalty override their better judgment, you usually end up trapped in a dead end, waiting for the bullets to fly. But hey, at least Grat Dalton didn't have to deal with actual vampires, right?
Yeah.
No, just had a town full of people who have no problem murdering you.
Town full of toothless hillbillies, god dang it. Why don't they don't respect the law either. They're vigilantes against the law.
Yeah, but the thing is, they were supposed to rob the banks at the same time. So why were the brothers together? They were supposed to be robbing separately.
Listen, go back and look at it. Right?
Yeah, I'm going to have to. That's interesting.
How shitty are those beards, motherfuckers?
I know.
That's them. That's them. See, well, back in the day, though, you could just say your name and just rob shit and you'd be all right. Cops never find you. Townsfolk, though, I guess they'll get you.
Guess so.
Well, let's begin our movie review. But before we do,
It surprises me every time.
we always like to enjoy our movie review with an adult beverage. So, step right up, folks, and freeze where you stand. You'll turn your dials and lend an ear to the newest taste sensation currently sweeping the nation's top shelf establishments. Introducing Swear Jar Maple Donut Craft Cocktail. From the bold flavor pioneers at Swear Jar comes a liquid marvel so dangerously delicious, it'll have you shouting from the rooftops and reaching straight for your pocketbook to pay the penalty. Picture it now. Premium, smooth Canadian whiskey, married in holy matrimony with the rich, old-fashioned goodness of a freshly baked bakery classic. We've infused this spectacular spirit with a thick, velvety wave of sweet maple syrup and the unmistakable golden warmth of a fried donut glaze. It's an absolute wallop of flavor that is practically a public menace. The flavor fine? One single sip of this sugary smooth powerhouse, and you'll utter an exclamation so colorful, you'll owe the kitchen jar a shiny copper dime. It's the high-spirited beverage that's got the whole town talking. From the local soda fountain to the corporate skyscrapers, it's sweet, it's savory, and it's undeniably worth every single cent of that vocabulary tax. So don't delay. Pick up a bottle today. Your taste buds will thank you, even if your Swear Jar won't.
The introducer of Couragely the Cowardly Dog.
Oh, yeah?
That's what it reminded me of.
I was going for a 40s kind of like newscaster. You know, when they go into the theaters and they'll do like the news report and they'll be like, you won't believe it, Nixon is running for president. And up next, the Eagles are losing again. I bet they won't win till 2024. Something like that. But yeah, that was that. No movies I couldn't find with this alcohol in it.
No, I found it in Maine, and they said it's a Canada drink. It's like they only have it down here. So I was like, let's go ahead and taste it up, man. Yeah.
Everybody be cool. You be cool. Somewhere in the middle of nowhere.
Low profile. You understand the meaning of the words low profile?
Sure. Two of America's most dangerous criminals have taken hostages.
What is this? It's called a punch. I'm going to ask you one question, and all I want is a yes or no answer. Do you want to live through this?
Yes.
Okay, Ramblers, let's get rambling.
One night is all that stands between them and freedom.
This is my kind of place.
But it's going to be one hell of a night.
We might be in trouble. We have a bunch of fucking vampires out there trying to get in here and suck our fucking blood.
Now, their only chance is to fight back.
Oh, yeah!
Harvey Keitel, George Clooney, Quentin Tarantino, Juliette Lewis.
Welcome to slavery.
No thanks. I already had a wife.
From dusk till dawn.
All right, we are watching From Dusk Till Dawn. As of July 2026, you can either buy it on digital or physical because it's not streaming anywhere. It was directed by Robert Rodriguez, who also directed. Now he's got a plethora. Okay, he's got some movies here: El Mariachi, Desperado,
Hey.
4 Rooms, The Faculty,
Hey.
Spy Kids, Spy Kids 2: The Island of Dreams,
Ooh.
Once Upon a Time in Mexico,
Oh, nice.
Spy Kids 3D Game Over, Sin City, The Adventures of Shark Boy and Lava Girl in 3D,
Dang.
Planet Terror, Shorts, Machete,
Machete.
Spy Kids All the Time in the World,
Dang, I didn't know there's that many.
Machete Kills,
Hey.
Sin City, A Dame to Kill For, Alita, Battle Angel,
Oh, I like that one.
Red 11, We Can Be Horses, Happier Than Ever, A Love Letter to Los Angeles, Hypnotic, and Spy Kids Armageddon.
Dang, I mean, it's like you did.
Well, no, they ain't spy kids no more. They spy adults. But this movie is starring Harvey Keitel, George Clooney, Quentin Tarantino, Juliette Lewis, Cheech Marin, Fred Williamson, and Selma Hayek. This movie came out on January 19th, 1996. Other movies that came out in January of 96 are Eye for an Eye, Don't Be a Menace in South Central While Drinking Your Juice in the Hood, Bed of Roses, Biodome, 2 If by Sea, and Dunstan Checks In.
Yay.
I don't think I've seen any of those.
Doesn't Check In was a good ass movie.
This movie made $59.3 million on a $19 million budget.
Are you serious?
Baby.
They just wanted to go see Salem. What's her name?
Selma.
How rude.
This is when George Clooney was.
Yeah.
Oh,
He's a total stud.
yeah. That was the only reason why they went to see that.
Anyways, we'll get into the plot of this bad boy. From Dusk Till Dawn follows 2 dangerous criminal brothers, Seth and Richie Gecko, who are on a bloody run towards the Mexican border after a chaotic bank robbery. To slip past authorities, they kidnap a vacationing preacher and his 2 teenage kids, forcing them to use the family RV as a getaway vehicle. They successfully cross the border and stop at a ruckus, isolated desert biker bar called the Titty Twister to meet their cartel contact at sunrise. However, when night falls, the family and the criminals are forced to unite in a brutal fight for survival when the bar's staff and dancers reveal themselves to be a massive nest of bloodthirsty supernatural vampires. And we open out today at a liquor store. As a sheriff pulls in, he starts shooting the shit with a cashier, talking about some mongoloid that he got working at a taco joint or something.
I had to Google that or research that because I'm like, is it?
It's Down syndrome. They used to call it Down syndrome to mongoloids. And there's a side story about that. I was changing a thermostat out in a customer's house yesterday, and there's like this family picture there, and she's just standing next to me, and like I don't really need her there anymore, so I was just like, oh, okay, which one of these are you? And there was like a young little girl there. She's like, oh, that's me. This is my sister. This is my little brother right here. He had Down syndrome, and like I could tell about the picture, but he was a little cute little kid. And she was like, they used to call them mongoloids. And I was like, oh, okay. Well, there it is.
That's random. Well, I didn't know if it was like an Asian reference, and I'm like, okay, is this person trying to be racist, or like what is it when you're negative against mental? I don't know what that word is. was like, it's definitely not good either way.
What would that be? Like if you're negative against gay people, you're homophobic for some reason.
Yeah.
I don't know why
like
it's not a fear.
Ableism or something like that. Or?
I figure it'd be like, I don't know, mongophobic or something. I don't scared of them. I don't know why they put phobic in there. Anyways.
Well, and also he rolled in, the cop came in a basic car. I was like, okay, is this, like, who is this person? I mean, it's a sheriff, but I don't know. You got a weird vibe from him. Like, he's drinking, he's getting beer, he got a shot of alcohol. I was just like, what is
mongoloid?
Yeah, I was like, this is not a good person.
He starts telling the cashier about all of it. Like,
yeah,
some of this supposed to be like confidential stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And he couldn't keep eye contact. He kept like looking away, and I'm like, okay, is this how he's supposed to be acting, or is he just a terrible actor and not?
Yeah, well, he's like, they killed a bunch of people, killed a few rangers, some civilians. He's like, can I use your bathroom? And the guy's like, yeah, go ahead. So when he goes to the restroom, 2 bank robbers come out, and they discuss with the cashier about getting the sheriff out of there so that they can leave. And one of the brothers tells the other that the cashier was giving him signals. And the cashier's like, no, man, I should be getting an award for how good I'm acting and all this.
Which he's crazy to be like.
Yeah, he's like calm. He wants to live, and he's playing the role.
Yeah.
He just wants to get out of there alive. And the one brother just don't trust him for some reason. But they've got 2 girls hostages. So if he messes up, he's going to get them killed plus himself.
Right. He just already seems unhinged. The crazy brother. Like, you can already tell he's not trustworthy, just crazy.
Yeah, he's a piece of crap.
Yeah, well, so they go back and hide in the store when the sheriff comes out again. He's talking to the cashier again, and then all of a sudden a bullet goes right through his head. The crazy brother shot him, and he says,
sheriff.
Yeah, he shot the sheriff right in the back of the head, and he's telling his brother, the other one, the smart one, we don't know their names yet, he's telling him that he was mouthing, help me. He was mouthing it. And so
cashier was just like, no, I wasn't.
Yeah.
No,
he's
I
like,
wasn't.
You called me a fucking liar. So they pull out the gun, start trying to shoot him. He gets down and hides.
Well, he had to get to the safe, which was a crazy like combination safe that he was trying to get the gun out.
Yeah, and once he finally got it out, he popped up, and he just starts shooting at the brothers. And the one brother starts shooting back at him, not ducking or nothing, walking right towards him. I feel like he's only like 8 feet away.
It's not far.
Nobody's hitting anybody. It was crazy.
Well, and also the non-crazy one told the crazy brother, like, hey, in a second, shoot towards the alcohol. Like, he was already telling the plan. I'm like, the cashier could have kind of peeped that plan a little bit.
Yeah, well, they shoot the alcohol. It starts just spraying all over the cashier. He's getting soaked in alcohol, and he's telling him, I didn't give him no signals.
He's bound to, like, not be a liar.
Yep. Well, they end up throwing, like, a match or a lighter at him, and he's just engulfed by flames.
This is a terrible death.
Just burning up, and they leave the store.
I always thought that was real. Like, growing up and not being able to, like, drink alcohol. I was like, oh, you can catch alcohol. Why do people drink it?
I did miss my hindsight, though. If I was a cop, I would not tell the details of a case, because you can get in massive trouble for that. And then also, if I was the non-crazy brother, I would not be partners with the crazy brother. Like, he's too untrustworthy. He's unhinged. Like, just not good.
Well, from Dusk Till Dawn flashes on the screen.
Well, I have a point/question. So once they started shooting, the 2 girls dipped out. They got in the car and they drove away. The brothers just went in their car once everything was done, and then they left. Are they not concerned whatsoever about them telling cops anything like that? Like, they didn't even try to go get them.
Oh, what's it going to benefit them? They're going to waste their time chasing them in the wrong direction.
I mean,
End
yeah.
up getting caught, and they have a hostage anyway. So.
Yeah, I forgot about that one. The old lady or older lady and the. Do you think her noises are getting picked up? No,
Tiniest bit. So we meet Richard and Seth Gecko, the brothers that robbed the bank. And they took one of the bank tellers hostage. They get a room in a hotel, and Seth is going over the rules with her and telling her that if she tries to run, they're going to shoot her.
right. But she was in the trunk. How in the hell did she not overheat? This is like dry Texas or deserty air. I don't know where it is exactly.
This is in the 90s before global warming. Okay.
I think it's like Arizona, Texas, something like that.
I'm about to say, how in the hell did she not overheat in the trunk? There's no telling how long they were in the store or bar or whatever it was.
Well, he tells her if she follows the rules, she'll get out of this alive. So Seth leaves the room, and Richie tells her, why don't you come watch some TV with me?
This is the stupidest thing.
Come
if
on
I
in
was
the bed.
Seth, I would know what my brother is and what he does. Would have never left anybody alone with this man. You don't know exactly what he does until like a few minutes later, but even before knowing that information with how he acted at the bar, there was no way I would have left anybody alone with her.
I forgot one scene before they.
Hindsight.
I forgot one scene before they even got the room. Seth goes in there and rings his bell in this little lobby area, and this old dude comes out. He's like, "What the fuck do you want?"
That's how you greet all your customers, you old bastard.
Yeah, yeah.
I guess he doesn't get a lot of customers. Oh, has it been noted that Richie's the crazy one. Richie has a bullet wound in his hand.
Yeah, the cashier ended up shooting him in the hand.
Yes.
But I liked Seth's attitude towards the old guy. Like, dude was disrespectful. So Seth was disrespectful backwards, but he didn't meet him with the same energy. He's like, yo, fucker, this is how you greet people? I need a room.
Just calling him out on his bullshit.
Yeah, Seth is real calm and cool and just intellectual.
You feel like you want to be one of those old dudes like that when you get older?
Yeah, what the fuck do you want?
It's a yard sale, old man.
Why'd you set this up?
Sorry. I forgot. Yeah, what?
That's pretty funny. So yeah, Richie's in there watching TV with the lady. Then we move to meet a family who is headed to Mexico. It's a dad, a son, and a daughter. And I suppose he is a ex-pastor. Because after the son goes to the restroom, they're at a restaurant, and the daughter asks, if he still believes in God. And he says not enough to be a pastor. After his wife's passing, he says he believes in Jesus and God, but does he love him? No.
That's valid.
And she asks, what do you think Mom would say? And he says, Mom would say nothing because she's dead.
That is also valid. Which the boy actor, I haven't picked up. Like, he kind of seems like his acting seems a little forced before he went to the bathroom. So I don't know if that's just how he's supposed to act again or just not a very good actor. We'll see.
Well, we then see a little news report that Seth had killed 2 cops in a robbery, and while he was in jail, his brother Richie, who was a sex offender, helped him get out and killed a 6th grade teacher. She was run over during a high-speed chase. And they talk about them being killing the Texas Rangers and then the liquor store accident, and now their death tolls up to 16 people.
Dang.
Yep.
They ain't ever gonna get, if they get caught, they ain't ever getting out alive.
To answer your question, it's either Seth. Which one's Seth?
Seth is the one with the tattoo. Uncrazy.
Okay. So, would you allow Seth to go outside? I mean, not Seth, to stay in the room and let Richie get out?
I would totally go with Seth 100%. There's no way. Like, I'd rather deal with someone who's smart and has no problem killing and murdering people. But I can't do and mess with somebody who's unhinged, because like anything you say or do, like you can blink and he sees that sideways and you can get raped and murdered. Like, I'd rather 100% Seth.
See, that's what we're gonna see after. Yeah,
I'd rather get eliminated. And not
deleted,
assaulted at the same time.
Yeah, we got to move a couple of words around in this movie. I forgot about that.
Yeah, there's.
So Seth gets back to the motel room and he's brought food, and then he's talking about an escape plan, and he notices that he has an extra burger. And
how did he not pick up on her immediately not in the room?
I don't know. But yeah, he was like, where's the lady? And then Rich is like, what lady?
Hostage.
Yeah, so Seth goes into the room. He sees that the lady has been deleted.
Hey.
In probably the most horrible way, because he stands there and he's like, Richie, what's wrong with you? And Richie tries to explain himself, and he's like, yeah, go explain it to me.
Well, you can tell just by the look on his face, he's very disturbed by what he sees.
And he tries to he says the lady wouldn't have said nothing. What is wrong with you? And he ends up like kind of snapping on him and pins him up against the wall and is telling him, I want you to understand that this is the shit you shouldn't be doing. The assaulting women, the killing. You shouldn't be doing all this. Tell me you understand. Say you understand. And Richie says, I understand. Then we go back to the family again. and they're at the motel, same one that Seth and Richie are at. And as they're about to find parking, they almost hit Seth, and they have to stop abruptly, and Seth just stays in front of it, just looking at him, pointing a beer at him. They finally get to go to their room. In the room, well, the girl's more concerned about having a pool at wherever they stay at, and the dad just wanted to, have a bed. Well, they end up taking a nap, and he wakes up from the nap, and he hears somebody asking, knock on the door. So he opens it up, and it's Richie. And he says, hey, a bucket of ice. We didn't get one for our room, so I was wondering if we could just use yours or something. And the guy's like, yeah, come on in. And so when he turns around, Richie pulls out a gun, and Seth comes in and punches him in the face.
That's why you can't, dude. You gotta travel everywhere with a gun.
Man. Well, it was crazy because he answered his question because the preacher turned around, and after he saw Richie's gun, he's like, what is that? And Seth comes in, boom, right in the face. He said, that's a punch. Why did he deserve that? Anyways, we find out the preacher's name is Jacob, and that they are going to take the motorhome and going across the border. Well, Richie does some creepy stuff here.
Trying to talk to the daughter.
Well, before that, because it's just the son and the father in the room right now, the girl's at the pool, so they're holding them hostage. Seth is telling them the plan. They're going to take the RV. They're going to cross the border, blah, blah, blah. And that's when the daughter comes in, and they're like, shit, is there any more West people? No, just them. She's standing there, not saying nothing. But in Richie's mind, she's saying something. And she looks over at him and says, Richie, will you eat my pussy for me?
Oh, dang.
And Richie, she says, please. And he's like, sure. What the fuck?
It's schizophrenia, bro.
Yeah, and the father's trying to negotiate with Seth. Just take me. But Seth says, nope, we need all of you. So they're on the road. Now, Seth is up front with Jacob, and Richie is in the back with Kate and the son, staring all weird at her. Seth makes a deal with Jacob, and he says that if we get into Mexico, I'll let you go the following day. My brother won't touch your daughter. And Jacob says if he does touch her, I'll kill him. And Seth says, fair enough.
You think you can do that? If you want a crime spree with your brother, you want a crime spree with me, and I do that stuff.
Oh, shit.
Think you can yeller me?
Oh, damn. I don't know, dude. I think I'd be like Seth, man. I'd be trying to rein it in. I'd ignore some of the signs just because of the brotherly loyalty they was talking about. I'd ignore some of the signs, but I'm like, come on, Zay, we got to get across the border. Quit eating all those goddamn pickles out the dirt. It's not good for you. Not to mention all the motherfuckers you just beheaded, but I got a problem with the small stuff.
I like the pickles in the dirt.
Where do you keep finding those?
People just leave it on the ground, man.
But Seth says that if any of this gets messed up, I'll kill y'all. We go back to Richie, and he's asking Kate if what you said back there in the room. Did you mean it? And she's like, what are you talking about? What you said. She's like, what did I say? About eating your. And then Seth's like, hey, I want you to watch the kids, not talk to them. Oh, okay. He said, we'll talk about it later. And he tells Richie to put in his retainer or something. He's like, I grind my teeth. Like a loser, dude. Well, they make it to the border, and Border Patrol is out in droves. And this is the first time we see Cheech Marin in this movie, playing Border Patrol officer.
Hey, Cheech, where's Tom?
And after hearing a noise when he's talking to Jacob, he said, I thought it was just you and your son in the RV. And he's like, oh yeah, my daughter. And he's like, all right, open up. We're coming aboard. So Richie and Seth take the daughter to the bathroom, and they're trying to hide. The Border Patrol is about to come onto this RV here because they heard a noise. And what that noise was Seth told Richie to stop being a nut. And Richie had a huge problem with being called a nut. So Seth had to knock him the fuck out. And when he fell, it made a loud noise. So now the Border Patrol is on the RV searching around. They open up the restroom and they see the daughter sitting on the toilet. And he's like, do you mind? I need some privacy. And he kind of takes a little too long to be like, all right.
Makes you
well, creep, man.
Creepy as hell, bro. Well, dude.
He ends up giving them the okay. They're just able to leave. But
that's a hell of a hill to die on when you're about to cross the fucking border and somebody calls you a nut.
Man.
We're about to get caught for that stupid shit, bro.
You're almost out of here. You're almost to freedom, and you want to worry about some words, semantics, and oh, no. Yeah, that's obviously something wrong with that dude. If he's ready to risk it all over somebody calling him a name. But hell, I say. So they make it past the border. They make it into Mexico. They did it, guys. They did it.
Why people think that if you make it to Mexico, then you're in the clear?
Because that's in clear. There's no law in Mexico.
No, because there's a whole bunch of like border crossings in Mexico. Like there's like the initial one when you get there. There's other ones in other towns where they check people because they know that a whole bunch of people are in Mexico illegally.
Yeah, but wasn't he meeting up with somebody at the Titty Twister place to get papers and things like that? So the brother was wanting to talk to the police and tell them that there's like bad people on it. I'm with the dad. I wouldn't have said anything. It's not the time nor the place. Especially with a girl in the bathroom with both of them. So I agree. I would do what the dad did. But I do think it's hilarious that Seth knocked him the fuck out though. Like that was a good job from him. He's so unhinged. Like I get it's the brother loyalty, but also like he's messing all this up, and they would have had no issues getting in. But the police officer, he's creepy as hell too, because once he opened the door, he was looking down before like kind of like slowly closing the door. Like that's creepy as hell. It's weird. And then I thought for the border, it was hard to get back into the United States. I didn't think it was hard like this to get into Mexico.
Normally it's not.
Okay, so they just exaggerated this this scene?
They're bank robbers on the loose that have killed multiple rangers. Like their patrol's going to be up on the border.
Oh yeah, that is valid. I didn't even, when I watched this. And then also, when you get knocked out like that, do you have short-term memory loss like that? For him to not...
Shit, he punched the fuck out of him.
Remember?
Shit, he might have forgot what he ate for that morning.
And then have we gotten to...
Well, we just crossed the border, and Seth is waking Richie up now, and he doesn't really remember what happened. He tried to make a stink out of something, but they arrive at the Titty Twister that says open, Dusk Till Dawn.
He says it.
And we see a guy at the beginning. His name is Cheech Marin.
Is that the same
front
actor
door. Yep.
as the Mexico border cop?
Yep, he's at the front door. He is a hoster or something, and I guess he's welcoming people in. He is saying, "Get ready, guys."
Oh my gosh. You gonna say it fully?
Come on in, pussy lovers. They're slashing pussy in half. They got the best selection of pussy, and it's pussy blowout. They got white pussy, black pussy, Spanish pussy, yellow pussy. We got hot pussy, cold pussy. They got wet pussy, smelly pussy. They got hairy pussy. They got bloody pussy. We got snapping pussy, and they got silk pussy, velvet pussy, naga high pussy. They got horse pussy, dog pussy, chicken pussy. If you want pussy, come in, pussy lovers. If they don't got it, then you don't want it. Come on in, pussy lovers.
First of all, can we even air
Can we do
that
that?
as on the podcast?
Screw it. Let's do it, bro.
Said it way too much. Way too much. Like, that was so... And also, is it legal for nude dancing in Mexico on a bar like that?
Yeah.
These are strippers.
Oh, okay. Well, okay, strippers...
The stuff I heard about Mexico
Okay. Because, like...
is...
They
free reign to do a lot of stuff.
Pretty nude in general. Like, the way that he is announcing it, it just seems like it's like a prostitution place. So I'm like, how is that legal?
I've heard about stories where you can pay to go in a place and watch a woman make love to a donkey. So maybe prostitution's okay. I don't know.
Okay.
Well, Seth is going over the plan. He's telling everybody the plan that the place is closed at dawn, and that's when they're going to meet up with their guy. And once he gets there, they're going to leave and go their separate ways. But until then, they're going inside. They're going to sit down. They're going to have a drink.
I'm not understanding why Seth and the kids, I don't understand, why Seth and Richie are keeping the pastor and the kids. I mean, of course they can potentially, tell them where they're at.
Yep.
But, he didn't have to. Okay, Seth could have been let's go somewhere else, not go to the Titty Twister, go get dropped off somewhere else. They can go do their own thing and not know the plan about the Titty Twister thing.
Yeah, this is the deal. this is a place the guy's going to meet him, and this is what we're going to do. But then we go back to Cheech, and he's back at the door saying that they have penny pussy deals. You buy regular pussy for a regular price. You get an equal or lesser value pussy for only a penny. If you can find cheaper pussy anywhere else, then fuck it. Such a good deal.
I think the second lady is getting the short end of the stick.
Second lady? What
Yeah,
second lady?
the penny.
Oh.
It's such a good deal, though. So Seth comes up, and the guy doesn't want to let him in. So Seth punches him. So he falls to the ground, and he's like trying to get up, but that's where Richie comes back and starts kicking him some more, saying some lame ass stuff. How you doing? But after they kick his ass, they all go in.
If I was Seth and or Richie, I wouldn't have hit him, knocked him out. I wouldn't have kicked him when he was down. You bring way too much attention, and you literally just got here. That's crazy.
Then you wouldn't have got in.
I feel like this is a like an outlaw bar anyway, so I think it's accepted.
Well, Seth walks in and he says, "This is my kind of place." And the camera pans around, and it is naked Latina women dancing everywhere. People drinking and fighting. And then we see Machete, Danny Trejo.
He looks so young.
As a bartender. When was when did Anaconda come out?
Wasn't it in the 90s?
98, I think.
98, 2 years later? I feel like he looked younger in Anaconda than he did in this.
Oh, no. Oh, was it 90? It might have been 90.
But he's the bartender, and he tells them that they can't
97.
They can't be here.
Yeah, I was right.
And they're about to throw Seth out, but that's when Jacob speaks up, and he says, "Well, I've got a reason to be here, no reason to be ugly. I'm a truck driver. I got a class so-and-so license. You look outside, there'll be a recreational vehicle out there, and these people are with me."
Yeah, the bartender did make a point that they aren't bikers or truckers, so they can't be there. But, like, they don't have a specific look. Like, they seem, I mean, like, he's got a blazer on, but, like, he's got tattoos. Like, he could be a trucker. Like, I don't know. It seemed weird that they were like, you can't be here because of this.
Yeah, well, some dude come over and just stares down. We actually touched, he was about to grab Seth and throw him out. He's staring him down. But they tell him that they're welcome to the Titty Twister.
How old do you think the son is? Do you think this is his first time seeing some boobs in some real life?
Probably.
Because, I mean, what, 14, 15? Thinking? Something like that?
About something like that. I'm very sure he's excited about it, though.
Oh, I bet. Yeah, he ain't complaining about it.
With the guy who was staring down Seth, he looks like that first alien you see from Men in Black. The one that was acting like he couldn't speak English. But so Kay started speaking Spanish to him, and he was still like, hey, smiling. He didn't speak Spanish either, so they knew he was an alien. He looks like that. That's who he looks like. I don't know if it's the same actor or not. Might be. Need to do my research. Anyways, they get to their spot, and Seth just kicks a guy out of the chair who is super drunk.
He's just acting like he runs the place. Like, it just doesn't make sense.
Like Grizzly said, it's an outlaw bar.
Outlaw bar.
Well, they start drinking. They start having a good time, and we're introduced to a few characters. The first one is, what was it, the love gun? The
sex machine.
Yeah, sex machine. He snatches a guy's beer with his whip, and the guy kind of threatens him with a knife. Well, he flips open this little flap on his crotch, and it's a gun.
How in the hell do you keep control of that? Like, that just doesn't... I feel like that could easily backfire, and your junk's literally right behind it, so...
We see this huge black dude in there, too. He's in there.
I don't know his name.
So Seth he's lining up shots. He's asking everybody who wants a shot. Jacob doesn't want to drink, so he gives Kate a shot. And he also gives the boy a shot. What's his name? Jake?
Jacob.
The boy.
Yeah, whatever the boy's name is.
The boy.
I think we know it. Well, I know it.
No, Jacob's the dad. Kate's the daughter. I don't remember the boy's name. But also, Jacob made, like, I'm not drinking. Like, I don't want to drink. And then Kate was like, well, I'm not 21 years old. I don't drink. And then she, like, chugs 2 down in a row and acts completely normal.
Mm-hmm. Well, that black dude was trying to stack dominoes while this lady's dancing on the table.
Jim Brown. Is that Jim Brown?
Not Jim Brown. Everybody ain't Jim Brown, man.
Motherfucking Jim Brown.
We should know his name because he's...
Jim Brown was in Running Man.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he was Fireball, I think his name was in there. I think we had this confusion in that movie too.
Every black man with a mustache is Jim Brown.
Jim Brown, man.
Frost. His name's Frost.
Oh, Frost. Okay.
Oh, brother's name is Scott.
His brother's name is Scott?
Not the brother's name. Sorry. The boy's name.
Oh, the son.
The
Okay.
Yeah.
His son's name is Scott.
Who plays Frost? It's the black dude, right?
Fred Williamson.
Red Williamson, you son of a bitch.
Okay, my bad. Jim Brown.
Jim Brown. Well, Seth is upset about the ape that put his hands on him earlier, and he is just stewing about it. And Jacob asks, are you such a loser that you don't realize when you've won? And
He
he's
has
like,
a point.
what did you say? And so he repeats himself. And he's like, you got past the border. You got past the law. You're here. You're about to get away. Are you such a loser? You don't realize when you won.
You did make a point. Like that is, and I think this is the part where they start being more friendly instead of a hostage type of situation. Because at this point in time, I'm just like, okay, they're taking shots. They're not really, I don't know. They don't really seem so nervous about Seth and Richie anymore.
Well, this is another point too where I like Seth's character because he's like, what did you say? Did you call me a loser? And I feel like, any other hothead would have just been steaming and pissed. And
Yeah.
I want you to take a shot with me.
Yep.
I want you to drink with me. And Jacob drinks with him.
Yeah.
They take a shot. And that's when we see Danny Trejo come up and he introduces the queen,
My girl.
Selma Hayek. He says, bow down, you dogs. And she comes out with this damn albino boa constrictor around her neck, just dancing this seductive dance. The band is into it. She puts on a performance of a lifetime, which is very unforgettable because she puts her foot in Richie's mouth.
Well, she singles him out. So at this point, I'm thinking, okay, she's this badass, hot Hispanic lady.
Say it again.
Badass, hot. Yes. Like amazing body, like everything. And she's singling him out, the loser of the club. You can tell just by when they pan through looking at the crowd, he's the creeper. He gives off creepy vibes. So this was why I'm like, okay, is he doing his weird, like, whatever he does when women are like, oh, I want you so bad. Like, I thought that was what was happening in this moment in time until at the end they like all clapping their hands and stuff like that. I'm like, why in the hell did she single him out? There's so many other people that she could single out until she puts his foot or her foot in his mouth. And I'm like, that dude just wanted her foot in his mouth.
I heard Quentin Tarantino was a foot fetish dude anyway.
I ended up researching it and he doesn't ever say yes. He just like, well, that's just the thing that I wanted to be known as, but not be like, yeah, I have a foot fetish. Weird.
I'm sorry, you were saying something? Well, after this performance, she puts a foot in his mouth and pours like alcohol down her leg, which goes into his mouth. But to your point, I think she may have singled him out because one, he doesn't look like he belongs. But most likely those people are the people that would give up the most money. He's a nerd, doesn't know how to talk to women, and she comes over and shakes one thing at him, and he's just throwing money like crazy.
I will say, super impressive when she balances on one leg while she licks the alcohol off of her other leg that's up in the air. Holy shit, that's massively impressive. I wonder if she had to practice that or if she's just that flexible and she's just gonna do that.
You can do it.
After I fall over many times. Practice makes perfect.
Listen, I've seen your heels behind your ears before. I think you can do that.
Lord.
After this amazing performance, Cheech Marin comes in, the host who got beat up, looking for Richard and Seth.
Why did it take that long for him to get in there?
He got the shit beat out of him. He trying to get up outside the whole time. He fumbling around, falling on the door. And shit.
I feel like it's been probably a good 30 minutes.
Hey, can I say something too about that whole Selma Hayek dance situation?
Go on.
That music was actually pretty damn.
Yeah, it was pretty good, wasn't it?
Good, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
Hey. Well, they come up and grab Richie, and that's when Seth pulls out a gun and shoots one of them.
Good grief.
Seth ends up stabbing another one.
He slams the knife down. There's no
Richie
blood.
does.
Oh, yeah. Richie slams the knife down on the table, but there's no blood on it.
Oh, there's blood. Richie has his hand showing the blood from, where he got shot. And we can see Selma Hayek's character, the Queen, kind of like salivating over there. She's like kind of like, the fact that he's bleeding. And we also see that the knife that Richie had used is green. It's like dripping green blood.
I would say I would not just start straight up shooting to kill people, because this is their town. This is their bar. You're crazy to think that there isn't multiple people that went back at the guy that you shot. So I think it was very stupid of them.
That's when the Queen transforms into this snake-like, blood-sucking monster.
I will say, it took 1 hour and 1 minute for any vampires come up, and this is supposed to be a vampire movie. We have 46 minutes left, so I want to make that point because I was like, where the hell are these vampires? I picked vampire movie. Where are my vampires? And then I will say it's really cool that it's not the typical transformation of just like fangs. Like her whole entire head transformed into a completely different creature.
Well, Richie is bitten immediately in the neck.
Did you catch that Kate warned Richie? She's like, Richie, look out.
I guess got some Stockholm syndrome going on here.
I guess, like, this is where I'm like, why are they acting like they're friends? Like, these people took them as hostages.
Well, also, to that point, if someone were to take me hostage somewhere, they seem kind of cool. They told me the plan. They're going to let me go in the morning, even if that's not true.
Seth seems cool.
I got hope that I'm going to be let go in the morning, and a fucking monster attacks them.
I'm shutting up and letting them be attacked.
No, that monster's going to get me after he's done with them. So I want them to fight as much as they can so I can get away. I'm not going to be like, hey, watch out. I mean, I'm just going to be, hey, get him, monster. And after he's done feeding on his ass, that monster will be looking right at me like, oh, shit.
Yeah, but
so now I got to fight the fucking monster.
Your plan doesn't work because you can dip out immediately. After he gets attacked, you can leave, run.
Yeah, I can run right into another one of them damn monsters. Or I can help these motherfuckers out with the guns and be like, hey, shoot that one, and shoot that one. You gonna end up dead.
So if this establishment is only for truckers, right?
Truckers are tough people.
No, there's a whole bunch of missed freight that next morning. They're like, where's my damn peaches? Where's my avocados?
But this scene kind of reminds me of Sinners, and they might have, I don't know, taken inspiration from this, but brothers, one gets bit by a vampire.
We're happy and we're singing and we're coloring.
One of them gets bit by a vampire, he bleeds out. The other brother is pissed about it, he's hurt about it, and I don't know, it's kind of reminded me of Sinners right there.
I'm just glad Richie was the first one to go. He was annoying as hell and creepy.
Yep.
Like, very creepy. So we haven't gotten to this part, but everybody starts fighting and getting attacked and things like that.
Because all the women start turning into monsters.
It seems like all the workers.
Yep.
All the workers are the ones that are turning into monsters, which again, everybody looks different. They don't all... Like, there was one that looked more like a traditional vampire. Other ones look like different types of animals transformed. But there was a part with the fighting where the black guy ended up throwing the women. There was like 3 women he staked to an upside down table. Those wooden legs were blunt as hell. How did he have enough strength, or I don't know, to be able to have that blunt leg go through them?
I think they mentioned too that their flesh is softer.
Oh, okay, because I'm like, how?
Later on, they start mentioning that. And also during this scene when everybody's fighting, kicking ass and everything, I think to your point about how they all look different, I think it might be some kind of time variation. The longer you are one of these monsters, maybe the more monster-like you are, and the fresher you are, the more human-like you are. It's what my theory is. I don't know if that's true. But
okay, I didn't even consider that as
or maybe it's how many people you fed on.
Maybe. I don't know. Like with movies like this, I don't like thinking of theories. I want it to be just given to me. Like they could have made like a side point, like I'm the queen. This is why I look like this, or these are my.
The band is Vampires 2, and they're no longer playing with instruments; they're playing with human body parts. One of the Cheech vampire, the hoster, tries to attack Kate, but she's able to put her crucifix necklace in his mouth, which makes him melt. Like he's like it was acid or something. He just completely disappears. And then we see the Frost, start jacking them women up. But Seth is having to deal with the queen. We see that staking the vampires is working, and Love Machine is killing them with a pool stick.
Sex machine.
Sex machine, yeah. Love gun, sex machine, god dang it. Sex machine is killing him with a pool stick, but then Trejo sees him and he wants to kill him. So Sex Machine is able to get the better of him with his whip, and he stakes him in the chest. He turns into mush.
Which is a little...
His eyeballs go into the pool.
How about that?
It's a little crazy how... Because I don't know, when you think about vampires, you think that they're fast, super strength, or at least stronger than typical humans. But they're able to kill a lot of vampires.
Well, the
which
queen
is surprising.
Starts monologuing on top of Seth, talking about how she's going to turn him into a slave. And he says, no, thanks. I've been married once or some crap like that. And he shoots the chandelier above her, which impales her and turns her into mush.
So do you think it's just the act of impaling her or the metal from the chandelier that's caused
I think the
her
impale.
death?
Yeah, I think it's the impalement.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think there's no holy metal in this place. But that's when that big ape dude that Seth was just couldn't stand in the beginning starts to approach and attack him. But Jacob, the preacher man, says, I don't think so, you son of a bitch. He doesn't say that, but he tries to stop him with a wooden stick leg, table leg, and that's when Frost shows up behind him and says, hey, monkey man, anything you got to say to them?
Is this a racist thing? Or is it just
Say to
how
me first.
big he is?
I think you're racist because the guy is Mexican and no one calls Mexicans apes. He just looked like a big ass ape.
Well, to me, he doesn't look like a monkey. So I'm like...
A gorilla. Look at his face.
Yeah.
A gorilla.
That's when Frost rips his heart out.
Kung Fu Frost over here.
Rips his heart out and he thinks it's going to stop him, but it doesn't.
How? Like, what?
That's old killer one right there.
Yeah, and they had to keep beating him to death just to knock him out. And Frost realizes the heart is still beating in his hand.
It's crazy.
So he takes a number 2 pencil, a fucking pencil, like John Wick, and he stabs it. And that's what turns his ass into mush. Everybody loves the mush. So yeah, he finally dies. And then all the vampires, they notice that the only people left are the band. But somehow, when they try to go to kill him, they just ninja vanish. They did like a smoke bomb, or maybe they just exploded. I don't know. They just disappeared. So I guess they didn't want to eat. Well, Seth goes to...
Well, they've probably seen how many vampires got killed, and they're like, this is not worth it.
Well, Seth goes to Richie while the family tries to make it their way out. That's when Richie wakes up and starts attacking. And Seth is trying to defend him. Hey, don't kill my brother. And they try to let him know, hey, that ain't your brother no more, dude. You got to put him down. And so they end up holding Richie down.
Well, Seth says to hold him down.
And that's when Seth has to end him.
Which is crazy that, well, one, I will say, I'm glad he didn't let him live. Because he already grapes and unalives women when he's not like a vampire. So I'm just imagining all of the women he could just destroy as a vampire. But Seth uses the butt of the gun to slam, he hits it was a pool stick a few times to stake him. Yeah, that's I don't know. I feel like he would have just been able to impale him with the stick instead of having to use a gun to hit him.
At this point, though,
he just turned though.
At this point, do you try to kill everybody that's on the ground at this point? Because it seems like they're all bit.
Right.
The women bit all the men that's in there. So
I would try to leave
them, or because they did nothing to them, they don't change. But I'm still paranoid, and I'll be like, man, just in case some of these motherfuckers do.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta go ahead and get them. Because they tried to leave, but they couldn't because it was barred from the outside, I suppose. But the family couldn't get out, and that's when they start hearing the flapping of bats. They think it's over, and the place is surrounded. But Kate ends up being attacked by one of the victims who has been bitten, and he ends up turning. And so now, Sex Machine ends up saving her, but he ends up getting bit on his arm and trying to hide it. But all of the people who are attacked start to get up and start battling and attacking the survivors here.
I will say, Kate, she should be drunk. She's had 2 shots, never drank before. she shouldn't be acting. I mean, I get the adrenaline. I'm assuming after a little bit, the adrenaline would like wear the alcohol off. But she never once acted like she was drunk or even tipsy. So I wish that was better played out.
Well, they form a committee and Seth makes them all agree that they're fighting vampires. And they all talk about what they know about vampires and what killing them. And they come up with crosses, stakes. They mention garlic, sunlight, and holy water. And they all question silver. They're like, it might be werewolves. I don't know. It might work.
Yeah, but Kate made a valid point. It's just like, do we even have any silver? No. Okay, then. Like, why are we still discussing it?
Well, Seth tells Jacob that we need him to be faithful. We need a pastor right now because a servant of God can bless tap water and turns it into a weapon. And that's when Frost is talking about his time in Nam. And he sees, he goes to this crazy ass story, all animated with his storytelling and his
this is a wrong place, wrong time.
But we see Sex Machine is starting to transform and he's trying to hide it. So he ends up sneaking behind Frost and we see little arms go up, hands go up over his shoulders as he's telling his crazy ass story, ripping people apart and stuff. And he bites Frost. Poor Frost.
It seems a little inconsistent about the time frame of when people get bit to when they get turned. Because so far, I mean, like, it's a movie, so it's going to be going quickly. But when later on, you can tell how inconsistent it is. Because there's a person who did get bit, but they didn't immediately turn or start showing signs of turning how quick everybody else does.
I do know that I've watched the series on this. There was a small series, and another guy I believe he played Seth as a different guy. And I haven't watched 2 or 3 of this, but I know that it's a curse. And they're not exactly vampires. They're like snake people. And the curse come from like the conquistador days when Spain invaded like Brazil and Mexico and stuff. That's what I remember from that. But Sex Machine and Frost end up fighting. And Frost ends up throwing Sex Machine through some wood, which is open up to the outside, and the bats come rushing in. And as they do, we see Frost is transformed, like he did it on purpose. And he seems to be commanding the bats, like, yeah, come on in.
Well, it also seemed to be a lot... It seemed to... What? It also seemed a lot harder to kill Sex Machine than all of the other vampires. So I'm assuming he's still like partly human. That's why he's kind of harder.
I think he had main character energy, man. You got charisma. You got a character. You're going to be harder to put down. And he was hard to put down. I can't wait to watch Dead Dudes in the House. There's some characters in that. But they end up finding a back door that leads to a passage where they're able to bar themselves in. Kate wants to go back for her father because he's still out there. He's hiding under the bar.
Confused because once they get in the back area blocked off, the vampires just stop. They don't go down the hallway. They don't try to bust down the door. I'm not understanding, like, is there a reason why they can't go down that hallway?
I wonder if it's because they couldn't get into the place until somebody busted out. So how would they get into that door back there until someone busts out?
They're vampires are snake-like people. You would think that they would be able to just, I don't know, get a chair or something to break down the door. I don't know. Every single time something with like open the door, I'm always like, open the door.
Yeah, we'll be laying in bed and we lock the door at night because Grayson will come out of bed and he'll come knocking on our door and say, open the door. And then I'll hear her go, open the door. But Kate wants to go back for her father, and Seth said he's dead. We ain't opening that door again.
No.
But then we see Jacob, and he's under the bar, and he's able to find a bat and a shotgun, and he makes a cross out of it. And he walks up and around the bar, and it seems the surrounding vampires are actually scared of it.
Does it work like that, though?
And as they get closer, he does shoot a few of them, and he cocks the gun with the bat, still keeping that cross formation, and they do keep their distance.
That is impressive. But I was just like, does it easily work for crosses like that?
I think maybe because he's a holy man, it does.
Oh, okay.
But he makes it to the door, down the hallway, and reunites with the group. And Seth vows to kill every single one of those vampires because he knows that Jacob got bit. And I feel like that was real, like, touching to. He got angry that Jacob was bit. I think he wanted to keep this family safe and get them out.
Yeah.
Even before vampires, he wanted to keep them safe from Richie. And
well,
get
he
them out.
didn't want, like, Seth, even though he unalives people, he doesn't seem the one to do it purposefully. Like, it's more of like a survival tactic thing. But Jacob did make a point to saying, what did he say? Something with the kids, or he said something like, within the hour, I'm going to be turning. So, like, I want to kill all those people. Oh, am I going too forward?
We make a plan because they don't have much time. So he gets them together, and they're all going through the room to find out what they can grab, what they can use to kill vampires.
Which is crazy how much crap is in here. Like, the vampires just been collecting whatever's been in
for years. Yeah, for anybody who's come by, they have been collecting all kind of stuff for them. Seth finds this, like, motorized
jackhammer
impaler. Yeah, he turns into a vampire impaler.
I would have not have used this as a weapon.
Kate finds a crossbow, which lets me know that vampire hunters have been here. Scott finds a water gun, which Jacob blesses and puts holy water.
Condoms.
Yeah, I was about to say he was putting some holy water in the condoms.
Holy water balloons out of condoms. And Jacob blesses the water, turns it into holy water, and then he also puts crosses on the bullets and the crosses on the edge of the arrows to make them holy arrows and bullets.
Is it that easy to bless water to make it holy water if you're a holy person?
Man, by a gun.
Okay.
I'll bless you.
I don't know. Is
Every
that
time
easy?
you sneeze. But that's when they're about to go out the door. That's when Jacob makes a speech, and he tells both his kids to promise him that when he turns, they will kill him because he will no longer be himself.
Well, he specifies, I will turn within the hour. How does he know he's going to be turning within the hour? Because all the other people have been turning pretty quickly per the movie standards. So I'm like, how does he know? Like, he's putting too specific a time period on it.
I don't think he knows. He just knows he's going to turn soon. He can probably feel it. And I believe it's delayed on him because he is a holy man. But he knows it, and he knows his kids need to make that choice because he don't want to have to kill them.
And also, I feel like this is already a traumatizing moment. Him putting a gun to his head to being like, I might as well just unalive myself right now if you're not going to promise me, and like getting them to promise. That's a more traumatizing thing than...
He ain't worried about that. I think about it like this. Like, if I know I'm about to turn into something that can kill my kids, I'll shoot myself in the head right now. If that's going to happen, and you better promise me you're going to put me down.
But I'd rather go off to the corner, not do it in front of them. Like, that's
what we got to do.
Terrible.
That's what we got to do.
You going to do it in front of them?
I'm going to do it right in front of them. Make them strong. Make them real strong.
You make them weak and go to damn therapy. And
no, man, you can become a vampire hunter, bro. So, yeah, they both promise. We get this little montage of them building weapons and whatever.
Well,
and they're ready to go out.
Scott made a point. He was like, you don't believe in suicide when he had the gun to his head.
Like, oh, damn it, I don't believe I'm dead. Don't do it right now.
Well, Jacob was like, well, I'm already dead, so that's not, it's not considered suicide. So I was like, dang, he got a remark, like a comment right back.
How well would that jackhammer thing work?
It would have been terrible.
Yeah,
it would know.
It would have been super. I think a bigger character could have used it. Like a big built guy could have used it better. But
also, it wasn't going fast. Like, it was just like in, out.
I feel like it wouldn't do any damage unless you get them on the ground.
Yeah. Something. It just would not been my... It would have been definitely not my go-to weapon whatsoever.
I got a question, though. Why couldn't they have just waited until dawn in that room? Vampires weren't bursting in.
Do they know about the dawn and the sunlight?
They're not confirmed on anything.
Right.
All they know is that what they know. And whether they know what they've been tested, which...
The crosses and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Well, maybe they feel that, like, there's not going to be an end. Like, the dawn isn't going to be the end of it. So they're just kind of like, screw it. Let's kill everything or unalive everything in here so we can escape. Because they don't know about dawn or the sunlight, would be my assumption.
Well, Seth has the automatic impaler. Kate has the crossbow. Scott has the water gun with the water balloons. And Jacob has the cross shotgun bat combination. Mm-hmm. And they get out there and it's battle time. They get out there with the vampires. And during the battle, the sex machine tries to attack Seth, but he's able to use his own whip and take his head off. Wow. And Kate shoots the head with a crossbow.
It's crazy to me that there's so many vampires compared to the 4 humans that are left over. If I was a vampire, I feel like it should have been easy to be able to just destroy them all. And I'm not understanding why it's hard.
But I guess if you just cut their head off, they don't die. Or they turn into werewolves, because that's exactly what Sex Machine did. He grew a new head and became this giant rat thing.
Yeah, I was going to say it's more rat-like.
Kate was able to shoot in the head twice and it finally exploded. And then we see Frost attack Jacob. He's able to stab the shotgun through him. And this is where I know they mentioned their flesh being softer. He's able to stab the shotgun through him and then cock it by pushing it into the guy and pulling it back and shooting vampires behind Frost. So that was a pretty cool scene there. But after Jacob destroys him, the vampires start to attack him. When they close in on him, they stop and they turn around and start attacking other people because he's been changed.
How did the sex machine rat vampire thing explode? Like, I'm so far up until this point, if they get impaled or unalived, they kind of like melt, but Sex Machine exploded. Why are they exploding?
Well, some of them have burst into flames. Like after they had gotten done with all the workers, they all burst into flames and melted and turned to whatever. So maybe it's, I don't know,
different levels of vampirism or whatever, because it's not being consistent.
It's not consistent on that point for sure. But Scott hesitates to kill his dad and was not able to kill Jacob, so he is bitten right in the neck.
Jacob. I'm a little salty about this because I was hoping that because you already know Jacob was going to turn. You got bit, you already knew it. But I was kind of hoping at this point he would be able to, once he turned, he would be able to prevent himself from biting or attacking his kids. But that is not what happened at all.
Not at all, yeah. He let that shit take over.
Yep.
Scott's able to have enough strength to use one of the water balloons and melt half of Jacob's face and shoot the rest of it off. And
which sucks.
Then we see Scott is being torn apart by other vampires, and he tells Kate to kill him. She says, I can't. But ends up pulling the trigger anyway.
Bitch, if I have a sibling and I'm like, kill me while I am getting like tortured, I will make sure that I do not die just so I can come fuck that person, that sibling up, because that's messed up.
Yeah, I feel like your siblings would let you just get torn apart.
It'd be so, like, that'd be so messed up. Like, he is being tortured at this moment by multiple vampires, and you're just like, I can't. Bitch, you better pull the gun so he's not suffering anymore.
Yeah, well, he's gone. Well, that leaves Seth and Kate's left alive. They start seeing the sunlight come in, and Kate asks if they should save the last 2 bullets for them. And Seth says, no, use it for the next fuck that tries to bite you. And that's when they realize the sunlight is hurting them. So they start shooting more holes in the outside of the building.
Which, that's a good plan. I think I would have stand in direct sunlight. And then kept shooting holes to make more sunlight. But if you're directly standing in the sunlight, they're not going to come near you. You're in the sunlight.
And that's when they hear Carlos saying he's looking for Seth from the outside. And Seth tells him to kick in the door. And they shoot it in immediately and run in as quick as possible. And it turns out that his friend Carlos is Cheech Marin.
So again, that's the same guy from the announcer and the police car or policeman.
Yeah. And he comes in and says, hey, I thought they had a sale on pussy.
Good grief.
No, he doesn't say that. But the sunlight hits the disco ball on the inside, causing a huge explosion of vampires. Every one of them it hits. And yeah, they all explode. And when they get outside, Seth punches Carlos right in the face.
But there's no blood. There's no blood on his hand or on his nose.
Don't always have to bleed after a punch.
You get punched in the nose. You're going to bleed.
Let's try it. Well, he's like, why'd you do that? Because he said, because you picked this place. My brother is dead. Her whole family is dead. He's like, well, it looked like a good place as any other. He said, have you ever been here? No. So Seth uses that to negotiate a better deal for himself to get more money from the bank robbery and for, his friend Carlos to make it up to him. So Seth gives his money, or a little bit of his money, a little cut to Kate, and he apologizes for all that had happened. I don't know. What do you think? It was probably like 10, 20,000 that he gave her?
I don't know. It was
maybe
a big
100,000.
I researched it and there was no set. There was just like, it was a few stacks.
50,000?
Let's call it 50,000.
And she says, do you need some company? And he tells her, go home, Kate. He says, I may be a bastard, but I'm not a fucking bastard.
I am not surprised that she wanted to go with him because, her dad and brother is gone.
Mm-hmm.
But I am glad that he did turn her down because, he's probably, he's always going to be wanted. So, there's probably always going to be somebody potentially after him. So, the fact that he's just no, you don't need to be around me and my badness or whatever. So, I'm glad he did turn her down.
So, he ends up leaving. She ends up getting into the family RV and pulling off. And as it does, the camera zooms out. And we see the bar, the Titty Twister. We see the opposite side of it. And we see that it looks like an old Aztec temple. And it's like a trucker graveyard over there. There's a bunch of trucks all just piled up on the opposite side of it.
Do you think...
And the words go up on From Dusk Till Dawn.
I got a question in the hindsight. Question is... What was this, 90? What 96? Do you think in the 96 do you think the trucks have tracking devices in 1996? Because if that's the case, then how are these trucks not being found?
That's a tough question. I don't think 96 had tracking device. I think that was only in spy movies in the 96.
So they would be just random. They'd just be missing.
Maybe we had tracking devices, but it wasn't used for everyday use, like trucking and stuff.
Okay.
Not yet.
Okay.
It didn't become...
Because I was about to say, that should have been easily found. But if I was Kate, you already know they can't come out in the sunlight. I would take that time, and she's by herself. She's young. We already know she's under 21. We don't know her plan. We don't know if she has a passport, license, et cetera, et cetera. If I was Kate, I would start going through the trucks that are in the parking lot, because you find money, valuables, and things like that to be able to set herself up for success. Because, she probably doesn't even have a job.
She don't need a job. She got $100,000.
We don't know how much that is.
Anyways, let's move on to some facts that people probably didn't know about Dusk Till Dawn.
Extra, extra, hear all about it.
We got the facts.
It was Quentin Tarantino's first paid writing job. Before he became a household name directing masterpieces like Pulp Fiction, Tarantino wrote From Dusk Till Dawn as a screenplay for hire. Special effects makeup artist Robert Kuzmin gave him the story concept and paid him just $1,500 to turn it into a full script. It was the very first screenplay Tarantino ever got paid to write. Grizz?
Good old vampire lore. So, Sex Machine uses a whip to combat vampires. It was a reference to a legendary vampire killer, a family of vampire killers called the Belmonts, who always used whips.
Castlevania,
yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Koala?
How do you say Salma Hayek did not have a choreographer for her dance because according to her, you can't choreograph the live snake she wore around her neck. So director Roberts just told her to feel the music and dance to it. She also has a real fear of snakes and had also always refused to be near them. Naturally, when she read the script, she knew her phobia would prevent her from taking the part. Robert conned her into thinking that Madonna was ready to nab the part, so she spent 2 months with therapists to overcome her fear. Panda?
Oh, nice. The script was written to pay off a special effects favor. The reason Tarantino took that low-paying gig was actually part of a Hollywood bartering system. In exchange for Tarantino writing the movie, Robert Kuzmin's effects company, K&B EFX, agreed to create and execute the infamous ear-severing scene in Reservoir Dogs entirely for free. Grizz?
The green blood was used for the vampires to get past the censors. They were going to have to make it NC-17 rather than rated R if it would have had red blood.
How about that?
Yeah.
I have that one too. My own read is a little different. I'll go ahead and read it.
Okay.
Because the second half of the movie is a relentless, hyper-violent bloodbath, the filmmakers knew they were at a high risk of receiving a commercially damaging NC-17 rating from the NPAA. To bypass this, director Robert Rodriguez cleverly chose to color all of the vampire blood dark green instead of crimson red because the blood didn't look human. The censors allowed the immense level of gore to slide with a standard R rating.
Koala.
According to the DVD featurettes, when Sex Machine is throwing around the other characters, Tom Savini actually punched many of the actors, including George Clooney.
Shit.
Damn.
Panda.
Cheech Marin pulled triple duty. Comedian Cheech Marin plays a massive structural role in the movie's background chaos by portraying 3 entirely separate characters. He appears first as the strict Mexican border guard at the checkpoint, second as the aggressive, fast-talking strip club barker outside the Titty Twister, and third as Carlos, the smooth-talking criminal contact who meets the surviving characters at dawn. Grizz?
Another A-list celebrity. Rather than George Clooney, it was supposed to be John Travolta. But, yeah, he ended up doing Pulp Fiction rather than this. And George Clooney also only got paid $250,000 for this role.
Only?
That's kind of crazy because you said $15.3 million that they made off, or $53 million?
53 out of a $19 million budget.
Yeah, like that's... Who got most of that money if the main person...
The studio.
Oh, that sucks.
Yep. Koala.
Originally, the Titty Twister massacre and fight scenes were longer and a lot gorier, with more deaths of vampires and humans before they were cut for rating and pacing. Some work print footage shows all of the uncut scenes. Panda?
George Clooney's famous tattoo was a last-minute choice. Seth Gecko's massive iconic flame tattoo that stretches all the way up his arm and onto his neck wasn't originally in the script. George Clooney actually suggested the design himself after seeing the Maori-inspired tribal line work of tattoo artist Michael Maloney. Clooney felt it perfectly visualized Seth's untamed, predatory, and chaotic nature.
Koala.
When shown on commercial television, the name of the bar is digitally changed to Titty Twister with the neon breasts blocked out. Panda?
The Titty Twister set literally burned to the ground. The exterior of the iconic, grotesque neon strip club was built entirely from scratch on the Calico Dry lake bed in California's Mojave Desert. The location was already incredibly punishing due to relentless, severe desert dust storms. To make matters worse, a major fire broke out during production and burned the massive set down to the ground.
Dang.
This caused significant filming delays and forced a stressful, rapid rebuild to keep the movie on track. Koala?
Sex Machine's crotch gun can be seen in Desperado 1995 when they search his case and the false top starts to lift. Panda?
I want to read my fact from the John Travolta thing that Grizz had mentioned. +1. John Travolta was offered the lead but flatly refused before George Clooney locked down the deal. Breakout Hollywood film role as Seth Gecko, Quentin Tarantino heavily pushed the script to John Travolta. Tarantino had just successfully revived Travolta's career with Pulp Fiction, but Travolta wasn't interested in jumping into a gore-heavy vampire flick. He outright declined the role, stating that he simply didn't want to do a horror movie. But a massive list of A-listers passed on Seth Gecko. Travolta wasn't the only one who passed on the leading role. The production team approached an absolute powerhouse list of 90s cinema elite, including Robert De Niro, Jeff Goldblum, Antonio Banderas, and James Woods.
Dang.
Even Tarantino regulars like Tim Roth, Michael Madsen, and Steve Buscemi were offered the part. They all ended up turning it down due to various scheduling conflicts, opening the door for Clooney to step in and steal the show.
He should have been able to get more money. Like, no one was able to do it. So,
well, this is his breakout role.
I'm going to do a few continuity mistakes. So throughout the entire film, the tattoo on George Clooney's neck moves position and changes shape, which I always watch the movie first and then I do my facts and then watch it again to do like the actual notes. I was trying to pay attention to his tattoo placement. I couldn't see any changes, so I don't know. Panda?
Severe union conflicts caused an abrupt location change. The production ran into heavy political drama behind the scenes with Hollywood labor unions. Because Robert Rodriguez chose to shoot the film as a non-SAG, Screen Actors Guild, signatory production, the union heavily pressured the production. Due to these union disputes and strict regulations, the crew had to abruptly pack up and move the shoot to a non-union soundstage in Los Angeles, adding logistical friction to an already tight schedule. Koala?
During the scene when Seth questions why the bartender will not serve him, several camera shots go to the band on stage. You don't even have to watch carefully to know the band, especially the drummer, are not playing their instruments and or their miming. Miming is way off. Panda?
I love a good camel shot. Tarantino originally intended to direct it himself. When the project was first conceived, Quentin Tarantino was attached to direct the film, not just write and co-star in it. However, he chose to willingly step down from the director's chair. He wanted to hand the reins over to his close friend, Robert Rodriguez, so he could step back, completely refine the dialogue-heavy screenplay, and focus all his on-set energy entirely on portraying the unhinged Richie Gecko.
I was going to say, devoted his whole attention to Salma Hayek's feet.
Koala?
So this is a plot hole. When Seth's pile driver gives out during the climactic fight, there are many vampires in the background politely keeping their distance while he tries to restart it. Similarly, they ignore him while both his hands are occupied with Sex Machine's whip, even though vampires are running around behind him to no apparent goal. Panda?
How about that? Well, that's it for me. You got any more?
I got one last one. It's a continuity mistake. When Frost drops the first of 4 vampire waitresses / dancers onto the legs of an upturned table, he drops her belly first, but she lands on her back. There doesn't appear to be enough time for her to turn over in midair and land perfectly on her back.
Well, that's it for our facts. Now we're going to move on to our final thoughts. I thought From Dusk Till Dawn was a good one. What makes From Dusk Till Dawn such a standout is how masterfully it completed flips the script on the audience. If you go into it blind, you think you're settling in for a gritty, edge-of-your-seat Western crime thriller about a sharp thief trying to quell the violent urges of his psychotic brother just long enough to make a clean getaway. And then, out of nowhere, the movie pulls the rug from under you. The transition from a high-stakes bank robber road trip to a full-blown supernatural vampire bloodbath is one of the greatest tonal shifts in cinema history. And I know the production team, or the commercial team, whoever does the goddamn trailers, ruined it for them, because if they would have just left us a surprise, it would have shocked people. Back when it first released, that twist was a massive deal, and even watching it today, the surprise still works beautifully. The film doesn't give its secrets away in the title or the setup. It just invites you to ask, what is From Dusk Till Dawn? And then leaves you to experience the chaos firsthand. Once the story arrives at the bar, the pace kicks into overdrive. Because supernatural mayhem is largely contained to a single chaotic setting, it can feel a bit frantic compared to the slow burn tension of the first half, but the relentless action, the top-tier practical effects, and the pure bloody spectacle make it an absolute blast. It's an incredibly fun, wild genre mashup that absolutely stands out and stands the test of time. Koala, if the Queen put her foot in your mouth and poured whiskey down it, would you suck those toes? Or say that From Dusk Till Dawn is a good one?
Yeah, no. I will definitely enjoy the dancing and her body and like all these things, but I'm going to heavily say hell no to having somebody's foot. Hell no. You have no idea what is on those floors and the germs and bacteria that is being carried on her feet.
Let me tell you something.
That is nasty.
It's been a long time and I don't give a fuck.
Okay, so I will say I thought From Dusk Till Dawn was a bad one.
Oh.
Yes. It took way too long to get to the actual vampire portion of the movie. It only had 46 minutes left of the movie when the vampires got introduced. They could have cut the whole Richie Seth portion in half and still got to the point. It was highly unnecessary to go in depth like it did for Richie being such a creep and a graper. They could have removed all of that and the movie would have been better. I do like the fact that the vampires aren't the typical vampires. They all look different and able to transform into different creatures. So that was a cool take on vampires. Beyond that, the acting was it was okay. It wasn't good or great. I will say Seth as George Clooney, after rewatching it a couple times, he carried the movie. I do like him, and I do like his character development and all those things. I would say I would not rewatch this one. So I will say that it was a bad one. Damn, how many shots are you going to be taking? Oh, I thought you were about to take another one.
Well, we appreciate that. Grizz, if your brother kept killing hostages, would you suck those toes? Or say that Salma Hayek was a good one?
Sucking them toes.
No.
Sucking them toes.
Nasty.
Hell yeah. Salma Hayek's toes. Get him over here. No, man, this is... You always know I got to go with nostalgic, bro. I never seen the trailer growing up, but I do love that twist, man, at the end. It's like, God dang it. Is this a vampire movie? Oh, yeah, I like this. Yeah, it's nice. This movie is a good one. It's a good one. Strictly for the nostalgia and the violence of this movie. I actually love it, man. Pretty good.
Well, we appreciate that, Grizz. Now we're going to move on to Movie 20 Questions. Hosted by Grizz.
Who is the person? Did you pick the movie? Did you pick the movie or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just now.
Yeah.
So let the interrogation begin. I'm going to go ahead and start with the classic. Was this movie made in the 70s, 80s, or 90s?
Yes.
Let's just do 10-year increments. So the 70s.
No.
80s?
No.
How do you get all the questions?
90s.
Does this movie have robots in it?
That is so specific. Wait, that's
Uh-oh.
Maybe.
Well, maybe. You can't give us a maybe. You gotta give a yes or no. Uh-oh. We caught him on something here.
Maybe.
What?
How can it be a maybe?
Yes.
What verifies a robot? So it wasn't in the 70s, 80s, so it's a 90s movie.
Maybe.
That don't count as a question then. If we can't get a yes or no.
Yeah, if you can't get a definite yes or no, you can ask something else.
Okay, so that's something else then. But that's close.
Okay. Maybe robots. Interesting.
Maybe. Was this movie made in between 90 and 95?
No.
Okay, so 96 to 99.
Was this movie in 96 or 97, Grizz?
No.
No. Okay. It's either 98 or 99. That was our fifth question. Which one? 98, 99?
Is this a sci-fi movie?
With a maybe robot. It should be.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The 98 movie? 1998?
Yes.
Okay, so 1998, sci-fi, maybe robots. Does the X-Files have a movie?
Yeah, they have a movie.
Oh, interesting.
Interesting indeed. Does this movie take place in space?
No.
Because I was thinking Star
Aliens?
Trek. See, Aliens too, but that takes place in space.
What about Dark City?
That takes place in space. I don't know. I ain't never seen no Dark City.
It's a highly influential neon noir mystery about a man navigating a city, shape-shifting city controlled by ominous beings.
Ooh.
So that one's a potential. Armageddon? Wait, that one's in space, isn't it?
Yeah, it's space.
Okay, so nope.
They go out to fight an asteroid. They send drillers. They train drillers to be astronauts to drill into an asteroid instead of just training astronauts to just drill into an asteroid. You think drilling would be easier than learn how to be an astronaut, how to fly a shuttle.
I guess I never really watched it, too.
So you're saying you don't like the movie?
I just saying it don't make no damn sense. It take a lot more time and money to train drillers to be astronauts than to train astronauts to be drillers.
Is there aliens in this?
No.
No. Okay, so the X-File movie is out. We're on our 10th question. Is this taking place underwater?
No.
Okay.
Does this movie have to do with vampires?
No.
Is this movie a comedy, action, or horror movie?
Yes.
Does this have sea monsters in it?
You just said it don't take place in water.
No, underwater.
Yeah, sea monsters are underwater.
No, this one, it's on a boat that gets taken out by a sea monster.
Would Godzilla be considered a sea monster? He does live in the ocean.
Yeah, but the movie doesn't take place underwater.
I don't think you even heard what I said. Would Godzilla be considered a sea monster since he does live in the ocean?
Yes.
I don't think it's Cthulhu. What the fuck?
Action, comedy, or horror. So that's just one of the three there.
Okay. Did he say yes or no to my sea monsters?
No, because it was a ridiculous question.
No. Okay.
Yeah, I thought it was a ridiculous question.
It's not a ridiculous question.
Is this a horror movie?
No.
So it's a comedy or action, dear?
What about The Faculty? It's a sci-fi. Wait.
It's not a horror.
Oh, damn.
Comedy or action?
Hold on. Star Trek's based in space, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Star Trek, no. Faculty is horror, so no. You said no to sea monsters, so Deep Rising's out. Lost in space, no space. Sphere is underwater. You said no. 7.
Is this is it a comedy movie?
You haven't specified which one.
Is it a comedy?
Comedy or action? Which one? The Truman Show?
Is it a comedy?
Yes.
Wait, why? Yes. That is that questionable. The tone of your voice is questionable. Oh, okay, it's both.
It's both not a comedy and a comedy?
No. It's a comedy action. They're both. So sci-fi, comedy, action. So X-Files, there's no aliens. Armageddon's in space. So it could be between Dark City or The Truman Show, from what I'm remembering.
Did this movie have to do with toys?
Yes.
What are you thinking?
I'm thinking Small Soldiers. Well, it's Small Soldiers. Well, no, just go with it. We have to narrow it down. Small Soldiers. Is this movie starring David Cross?
Yes. Hence the fucking robot question, because I can't remember what in there.
Yeah, I guess you don't know if they're robots or not, but I guess technically they are, because it was a chip. It was an AI chip that made them think and feel like regular people.
Did we ask the question if this is Small Soldiers?
Yeah, let's ask it.
Okay, is this movie Small Soldiers? Okay.
Yay! Small Soldiers. Very nice. Very good movie.
I'm a little salty.
Yeah, it says when missile technology is used to enhance toy figures, the toys soon begin to take their battle programming too seriously. It was made in 1998, and it had a budget of $40 million.
Dang.
and
it made $54 million.
Good.
Yeah.
Oh, it was a success.
Yep. It's a DreamWorks. Yeah, I used to like that movie.
Me too.
Never seen
in
it.
a while.
Never seen it.
Well, that'll be it from We Real Reels. Be on the lookout for our next movie of Born Identity. If people want to make a suggestion for movie 20 questions that we'll play at the end of every episode, then just contact us at werealreels@gmail.com or message us at werealreels on Instagram. Grizz?
That's goddamn Jason Bourne.
Koala?
Bye.
Keep on reeling.